Is that? This is the Verizon Extra Innings Show. Verizon, the most reliable 5G in St. Louis.
There's a swing and a miss, and this ball game has come to an end. A Redbird winner on a strikeout of Josh Lowe, and the Cardinals beat the Rays tonight 7-4.
With that, we welcome you into the Extra Innings Show right here on KMOX. Cardinals get the win this evening as they knock off the Tampa Bay Rays by a 7-4 score. As the Extra Innings Show being brought to you in part by Gray Bar. My name's Matt Pauley. If you want to join us, multiple ways to get connected with the program. You can call or text 314-436-7900, 314-436-7900. You can tweet at me at Matt Pauley on air, MattPauley on air. And for those of you who are watching us, whether it is on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you could just leave a comment in the chat and that will come to us and we will address some of those comments as the evening goes along. So that's a good win. That's a good win for the Cardinals. Sonny Gray did enough in this one. I wasn't surprised by his comments. In fact, we got a tweet coming, or I should say a text coming in from Teresa that said she thought Sonny was being hard on himself in the interview, but maybe that's a good thing for him, wanting to be better. Yeah, I think part of that is Sonny being Sonny. I think a lot of times he evaluates himself on how he felt inside of the game as much as what the final results say, if that makes sense. And he wasn't feeling it. I don't think he was dominant by any stretch of the mind, but he kept the team in the game. Like, we got another text, and this is under the category of just silly stuff that we get sometimes. A texter from the 314 said, "Put Sonny Gray in the bullpen. He's no number one rotation guy." Like, that's a terrible comment. That is a terrible comment. Nobody's sitting here and telling you that if Sonny Gray gets traded to the Dodgers or the Phillies or the Blue Jays or whoever, any team, the Brewers, like, nobody's sitting here and telling you that he's going to be their top of the rotation, number one starter, true ace material. But most of those teams that are in the postseason could use a Sonny Gray, and he's going to start some postseason games for them in all likelihood at some point in time. And he's the best that the Cardinals have in the rotation right now. So if you are judging Sonny Gray on, hey, this has to be a guy who can go win the Cy Young Award or he's not valuable, well, I've got some bad news for you. But if you can just assess him for who he is and what he is, he's the best starting pitcher that the Cardinals have right now. And he's a guy that, even though we've seen a couple clunky starts from him here recently, and his last month or so hasn't been fantastic, he's the best guy to keep you in a game right now, and he certainly has the highest ceiling of any pitcher that the Cardinals have. So that'd kind of be my that'd be my response. Terry says to us on the video stream, it looked like Sonny was already drenched with sweat in the first inning. It was humid there. Yeah, that's and he doesn't like that. He does not like that at all. And it affects him negatively. So he was able to battle through it tonight. Let's get our first phone call of the evening. John has given us a call. Hey, John, you're on the Extra Innings Show.
Hey, Matt. I know you already know. I just confused. My schedule says we were off tonight, but then we got Saturday off. So there's a bunch of us seniors out because we're at the Moose Lodge tonight. None of us knew what the heck was going on. So why we got Saturday off?
Yeah. So what happened was when Tropicana Field was hit by the hurricane and the roof came off and it was hurt so much, and they had to move all their games over to this minor league ballpark. That minor league ballpark is less than a mile away from Raymond James Stadium where the Buccaneers play. And the Buccaneers have a preseason game on Saturday that's going to bring tens of thousands of people into that area. And from an infrastructure standpoint, there was no way for them to run a Rays game and a Buccaneers game at the same time. So since the Cardinals were already going to be out there in Florida, they were going to have an off day in Florida at some point. Either it was going to be today. They just moved that off day to Saturday and put a game in tonight to avoid the conflict with the Buccaneers game.
Yeah, it's so unusual for a baseball team to have a Saturday night off.
Yep. That's the reason. It's kind of, you don't hear that very often, but that is the reason why.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay. Yeah, you bet, John. And say hello to everybody. What was the lodge? Was it? Did he say Moose Lodge? I think he said Moose Lodge. I think that's right.
Swansea, Illinois.
Oh, he's there. So we'll say hello to all your folks out there for sure. Appreciate you guys being tuned in, and glad we could clear up a little bit of that confusion. Carlos says on the video chat, says, nice bounce back win after the last night's loss to the Marlins to go down to Tampa and beat the Rays. It was a good win. It was a good win. I liked what I saw tonight from the Cardinals all the way around. Let's grab some text messages that have come in from the 618. Nathan Church, you just keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. What a start for a guy in the big leagues when he hasn't even gotten a hit. All the things he was doing. So just to add to it, this was the note that we got before the game today, and this does not include the results of today where he still doesn't have the hit. Let me make sure I get this right. Give me a moment here to find what I am looking for. Where is that? This is great radio as I try to scroll through. I'll find this here in just basically Church doing everything okay, here it is. This is from the Cardinals game notes going into today. Despite not recording a hit in his first 3 Major League games, rookie outfielder Nathan Church has made the most of his playing time. He's 0 for 10, but has been on base 3 times, scored twice, recorded his first RBI in a sac bunt, and 4 of 8 contacts have been hard hit balls, which is considered 95 miles per hour or higher exit velocity. He is the first Cardinals player to record a run, an RBI, a sac bunt, and a hit by pitch in his first 3 games without a hit, joining only 3 others in Major League Baseball history, pitchers Rick Camp and Zach Eflin, and then outfielder Jacob May. And then he adds to that today with his first career stolen base, and he also gets the outfield assist. So it is fun. It's fun. He is a fun player, and I've enjoyed what we've seen from him so far. I hope for his sake he can get a hit sooner or later. You don't want to keep going through. But you talk about, I'm not a big, you've heard me. If you listen to me a lot, you know one of my things is I'm not going to value defense over offense. I love defense. I think the most exciting thing that can happen in baseball is defensive plays. But a guy who's a really, 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 really good defensive player is going to make a play that a guy who's just an average fielder, like maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. To me, that doesn't make up for the 3, 4, 5 plate appearances a game. So that's my thing. But man, Church is making an impact for sure. And again, he's fun. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be that you're watching guys who play the game in an entertaining way, and the team wins all at the same time. And that's what you got to see tonight. So I've certainly enjoyed what we've seen. Text message from the 618 said, please just bring up JJ Weatherholt. Give me a reason to care. Because you're a Cardinal fan? I don't think Weatherholt's going to come up. I don't. Unless something changed, unless there's an injury or something, I don't think Weatherholt's coming up. I think what we have heard so far from John Mozeliak is kind of giving that indication. So day like today, you get to see some fun things. And if your only hope in being able to enjoy this year's Cardinal season is the idea that JJ Weatherholt may come up at the end of the year, I don't know if you're going to be able to enjoy it then, because I don't think it's likely that we are going to see him at some point this year. I don't think it's impossible. I think the circumstances can still change to a point where the Cardinals may change their thinking, but I think a few things would have to change for sure. Let's see. Text message from 314 says, the fact that this team is only 4 games out of a wild card spot in late August is truly incredible. If the Mets keep collapsing, the Cardinals have 2 series left with the Reds, so this thing ain't over. Got a message from Henry who says the Mets lose, Cards pick up a game in the wild card race, are only 4 back. They have 6 head-to-head with the Reds. That was a big win for the club. Also, a happy birthday to the great Jack Buck. There was, for those of you on social media and on Twitter, man, there was a lot of great Jack Buck stuff out there today. It was so much fun to see some of it. Some of it was baseball. Even his son Joe tweeted out some of his football play-by-play. So glad that Henry brought that up for sure. But yeah, the the door's not closed. I don't think it's likely that this is going to be a playoff team. I always feel silly when we start talking about it because I feel like they are not likely to be that. But until they are just flat out of it, it would be a disservice not to at least mention the fact that they're continuing to stick around. I don't like talking about the playoff stuff. You're not 500. Like that, get back to they're one game under 500 right now. They're 64 and 65. Get back 500. Get above 500. Get within 3 games of a playoff spot, and then maybe that conversation can begin a little bit more. If you want to join in on the program, you can do so by calling or texting 314-436-7900, 314-436-7900. You can tweet at me at Matt Pauley on air. We'll take a break, and we'll continue on in just a few moments. It is the Extra Innings Show presented by Gray Bar right here on KMOX.
There's a big red barn where you save green. Norm's Bargain Barn. On discount windows, doors, and things. Norm's Bargain Barn.
Hi, I'm Norm Wilkie. Come see my new selection of Amish cabinetry made by my good Amish friends at Countrywood Products. We now stock 5 styles of cabinetry for you to choose from.
When you need to save on discount windows, doors, and cabinetry, come to Norm's Bargain Barn. With locations in Shiloh and Fenton at the bottom of Gravois Bluffs. Visit normsbargainbarn.com.
That's normsbargainbarn.com.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
No paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
The legendary sound of the Doobie Brothers is rolling into town. Don't miss the show. Coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, September 4th, with special guest, the Coral Reefer Band. It's a night of timeless hits, epic harmonies, and classic rock energy like only the Doobies can deliver. Tickets are still available and can be found at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, head to KMOX.com/events.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we've believed everyone deserves the home they love. That's why we brought our everyday low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200 locations from coast to coast and counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend.
Oh, my Bob.
Hey, facility managers. At Gray Bar, we're not just one of the largest distributors of electrical and datacom parts in North America. We're your connection to help make your buildings smarter. We work with best-in-class manufacturers to supply products for wireless, security, renewable energy, lighting, and critical power solutions. And we have a network of integrators nationwide that can help make it work all together. So, the next time you're thinking about making your building smarter, think Gray Bar, and we'll help you get connected. Visit graybar.com/connectedbuildings to learn more.
Now, back to the Verizon Extra Innings Show.
And he had a great tag, too, by the way. There's a hard hit ball, deep left center field. That's way gone. Wilson Contreras, a long home run to left field. His 18th of the year, and the Cardinals now lead 7-3.
Really long home run there from Wilson Contreras. Good to see him hit a home run. Cardinals get the win tonight as they knock off the Tampa Bay Rays. Final score, 7-4. It's the Extra Innings Show. We are presented by Gray Bar. My name is Matt Pauley. Again, if you want to get in here before we call tonight, you can do so by calling or texting 314-436-7900, 314-436-7900. Tweet at me at Matt Pauley on air, MattPauley on air. Or you could see, which ones did I do? I did call. The video chat. For those of you who are watching on the video chat, you just leave a comment on the chat, and or the video stream, just leave a comment in the chat, and we will address those as we go along. Got a tweet earlier from Brian, said, out of curiosity, have you seen worse fielding than what the Rays had tonight? That looked more like a Three Stooges comedy skit. They were not good. That was a bad defensive. The one that was wild to me, and Ricky brought attention to it for sure on the radio broadcast, was when they had the rundown, and was it Herrera? Yeah, it was Herrera who was at second, and they threw behind the runner going back to second, forcing him to third when the runner was at second. So there was no need for that throw. You just have to get the runner back to second, which is already contained. So I mean, bad defensive night for the Rays. I do wonder, this is not an excuse for them at all. I do wonder if playing in that ballpark impacts their focus and their attention to details, just not being in a major league atmosphere. Yeah, the A's are dealing with the same thing, and Luis Severino, who signed the big deal with the A's in the offseason, has been very vocal about how much he hates it. Just hates it. Hates being out there in West Sacramento. And the situations are comparable in the sense that they are both minor league ballparks. They're not comparable in a bunch of other areas. This is still a really good facility that they're playing at in Tampa. The facility in West Sacramento, not as much. And I don't know, as the season goes along and maybe the Rays start to fall out a little bit more, I wonder if we're going to see more performances like this from them today, because that was a really, really bad defensive performance. Text message from the 636 says, it's games like tonight that make last night so frustrating. I think that's the part of being a fan of basically a 500 baseball team. So the Cardinals are right now. They are a 500 baseball team, and there's going to be some nights where they're really good, some nights where they're not really good, and that's just what we're going to see on a night in, night out basis. So anytime you think you're seeing the real Cardinals, I don't know if there is a real Cardinals. I think that's just, and you can probably say that about just about any team that's kind of in the 500 area. And then there's some other things going on, obviously, in this organization and their goals for this year and everything. It's just a kind of a weird, convoluted year. And the fact that this team is still kind of hanging around in the playoff race makes it, in many ways, that much more impressive. I think right now we should be at the point where we watch these games as kind of just a one-off thing on every single day, not taking much in terms of expectation from what happened the day before, and not expecting something that's going to happen the next day, right? Just a day by day, and we'll see where they end up when all is said and done. Got a text message from our guy Ballgame. Says the 64th tip of the cap and raise the glass goes to JoJo Romero. And we haven't talked about Romero enough on this show. Goes on to say, adjusting to the role of finishing games, doubling the innings tonight, and being a veteran leader to the young kids in the pen is impactful in many ways. Bad job by me not already talking about JoJo Romero, because he is a huge part of this game. Just an absolutely huge part of this game. And when you take a step back and look at what he did tonight in the context of what he has done recently, it makes it that much more impressive. He pitched in 2 games in the Miami series, having pitched on Monday and Tuesday, then did not pitch on Wednesday, but did pitch against the Yankees on, was that Sunday? Yeah, so he pitched Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days in a row, didn't pitch yesterday. And generally, if you pitch 3 days in a row, you're going to be down for 2 days. He's down for 1 day, and he comes out and he gives them 2 innings tonight. Now, admittedly, he didn't throw a ton of pitches. He threw 26 pitches tonight. You can throw 26 pitches in a 1-inning outing, but there is also the toll of the up and down going back into the dugout. That was a great moment from JoJo Romero, and I really appreciate him being willing to do that. We've got a bunch of messages from folks, and I'm going to put up Sam's message, but I know we've got a number of text and tweets and other things about this, so I'll let Sam speak for a good number of people, said, "Oh, what a heads-up play by the rookie Church to get the runner at third and prevent the run from scoring." That, by the way, that was another mistake by the Rays. The runner should have never been going to third in the first place because that took a run off the board. That run scores easy if not for the play at third. But yeah, that was a great play by Church and a really good decision. He was never going to get the runner at home, so I don't think the throw was ever going to come home. But just to realize what was happening on the bases and to make the play that he did make was a good moment. So it's fun. Victor Scott II is a guy who provides a lot of really fun plays in the outfield. If he's going to go on the injured list, if you can get a guy who does some other things of note, that's good. It's good to see. And, Church is, if you don't know his background, I mean, Nathan Church has put together one heck of a season this year at AAA. And I appreciate the Cardinals and giving him the opportunity because he has absolutely deserved it. This year at AAA Memphis, this guy hit .335 with a .921 OPS in how many games did he play with Memphis? He played in 53 games, a .921 OPS. And that he started the season at AA where he played 29 games and hit .336 with a .943 OPS. Just give him a lot of credit, give the Cardinals credit for giving him the opportunity. And now even you'd like to see him get a hit at some point in the relatively near future, but at least for now, he is still finding a way to impact the game, and that has been really, really good to see. And I'm enjoying it. Like, again, what I said earlier, it's about enjoying things sometimes, and I am enjoying watching him play 100%. So that's been good to see. Got a couple minutes left here in the program. Again, if you want to join us, you could do so. Really, at this point, we're going to be done in just a couple minutes, so you can try to get a text in here before we call today at 314-436-7900. That's 314-436-7900, or you can leave a message if you'd like, especially on the video chat, and we can get to another thing or two. Overall, but last thing from me before I do get out of here, Nolan Gorman deserves a lot of credit because there is nobody who is taking more criticism for what they were doing defensively than Gorman. And that was going to kind of be part of it because the last time he had played third base on an everyday basis was in the minor leagues. And it's just different. You're not used to doing something. Sometimes it's not going to look great. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Nolan Gorman is Nolan Arenado. He's not. But we are seeing legitimate progress from Gorman defensively, and he has been one of the team's best hitters for the last 2 months, 3 months or so. I don't know what they're going to do with Gorman in the offseason. I don't know if he's done enough for them to view that he's going to be part of the future moving forward, but getting him in there every day at third base, he's contributed to a lot of positive things for this team, and I have enjoyed being able to see him. Got a message that says, do I think Ivan Herrera or Wilson Contreras will play catcher again? 100% absolutely not on Wilson Contreras. Unless something crazy happens where he leaves the Cardinals and he goes to another team and they want him as a catcher. But no, the answer is no. For Ivan Herrera, my answer is probably not. But I wouldn't completely close that door quite yet. What's on Deck presented by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The sign you have the very best. Cardinals Rays tomorrow. Miles Michaelis will be on the mound. That's going to be a 6:35 first pitch. Our coverage at really 5 o'clock with Redbird Rush Hour. I will talk to you then. Thanks for being tuned in. Cardinals win tonight over the Rays right here on KMOX.
This is Tom Ackerman liking in.